Hey there, it's Tia, aka Everyday Monet. What I'm talking about today is the top things to remember when buying limited edition. Let's get to it. Number 5 is, how does it fit into your collection? I was always a sucker for this like limited edition, like I need it, I have to buy it right now because I'm not going to be able to get it again. And now that I look back on a lot, not all, but a lot of the limited edition purchases that I've made, I see that there's so many like overlapping, and you know, I have it already in another capacity. So sometimes it's really like, you might really be excited about it, and that's great, but take a look at your collection and see, do I actually already have this? And do I have it and it's something I use and love all the time? And what's the likelihood, you know, that I would be bringing in another thing similar? Number 4 to keep in mind is, not often, but a lot of times limited edition is really not the same quality. You see this a lot with Tarte, with Too Faced. These are companies that pump out a lot of limited edition products. They're not all bad. I'm a lover of Too Faced. For a little while there, you saw that there was a lot of controversy about Too Faced and their limited edition products not even being made in the same facilities. So that's something to keep in mind. Is it actually going to perform like your permanent products that you love from that line? Number 3, and this is something that I had to think about, would it be okay if I could not replace it? So if I get a limited edition product and I'm obsessed and I love it and I want to repurchase it, what if I can't repurchase it? It's not permanent. Sometimes, you know, it'll come back. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes some shades will come back and things like that. But if this is something that you fall in love with, that you use all the time, that you're, you know, project panning, if you can't replace it, is that going to be an issue for you? Number 2, seems obvious, but for some of us who are junkies, especially me, I am an eyeshadow palette junkie. So this is something this year that I have practiced over and over again. Will I use it? Because I would say at least 120 eyeshadow palettes, and yes, I'm decluttering and I'm trying really not to buy any, and I think about that all the time, limited edition or not. Am I even going to use this? And there's a case that came up with BH Cosmetics, and I love BH Cosmetics, and they're affordable. It's not like it's like a $40, $50 palette. So I was like, ooh, I need to get this, this, and this, and I'm like, wait a second. You're not, when are you using this? So that's something to really ask yourself. It may look pretty, especially like it's the holidays and the packaging is so amazing. And I think that's sometimes what they do is they put more money in the packaging and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. But will you use it? The number 1 thing to keep in mind when you are deciding to purchase a limited edition is it limited? I know that sounds crazy, but there's so much false hype when it comes to limited edition products. You know, and sometimes the stuff will come back permanent. Sometimes it'll just come back in a quick re-release. Sometimes it says limited edition, but it's on the Sephora site for like a year. Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, just saying. So that's something to keep in mind. Take a look back at the brand's other releases, and especially other releases in that same family, like the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea or the Too Faced Sweet Peach collection, or whatever collection it is. Take a look at how other releases in that same vein have worked. Did they start limited edition and become permanent? You know, you can't always figure it out. It's like, you know, not like makeup, marketing, forensic science or anything. But if this company has a habit of bringing stuff back, you might want to just be like, let me pump the brakes, and I'll check in later in the year or during the VIB sale or whatever. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this video. What are your hesitations when buying limited edition? Do you have any tips and tricks for other people? Put those below. I'd really love to read them. If you're not one of my little Monets, please hit subscribe. Wherever the subscribe is, please hit it. I'd love to have you in my little family here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.